Right now, we're in a weather impact alert as a major winter blast hits St. Louis, a blanket of snow covering the bi-state with more snow on the way. Thank you for joining us for this special 5 on your side weather impact alert extended coverage. I'm Mike Bush. A second round of snow is moving into the bi-state right now, and it won't let up for several hours. And of course, we're also dealing with that dangerous cold and sub-zero temperatures and wind chills in the forecast. We have live weather impact alert team coverage tonight with 4 separate crews getting a first-hand look at the road conditions on both sides of the river. But first, let's check in once again with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell, who's been tracking the timing of this second, more powerful round of snow.
Yeah, and we've really started to see a pickup in the metro area within the last half hour or so. As the folks are coming out of Enterprise Center here, you can see, if you look closely, you can see the snowflakes kind of flying there. We look down Market Street and we can barely make out well, there is the north leg of the arch there. Of course, we can always see the crows because they are there. Here it is, the darker blue over downtown, stretching down 44 through Kirkwood into Valley Park, down towards Fenton. But look at this band up into the northwest of the city here, really from Maryland Heights, and then it stretches southwest down towards New Millie. That's a pretty heavy band of snow, and then it goes through North St. Louis County and on up towards the Alton area. Look at this. You've got some heavier snow here. If you're on Lindbergh, going north of 270 up here towards 367 in that area, it's coming down at the rate close to an inch an hour, we believe. We also have some of that same sort of thing going on down here around Sparta, stretching over towards Mount Vernon, also back towards Farmington, just south of Bonne Terre. And then you have some of that heavier snow, maybe with some sleet mixing in, down towards Fredericktown, Centerville. So the bitter cold arrived on Friday, as scheduled. The sub-zero wind chills have been with us ever since, as expected. This morning, we began our first wave of snow on schedule. That's left us with 1 to 3 inches, as expected. Second wave is underway now. And between now and this winding down tomorrow afternoon, we think an additional 3 to 8 inches of snow, likely across much of the area. So a lot of us are going to end up with 9, 10, 11 inches of snow. Hour by hour forecast for tomorrow. Wind chills stay below 0 tomorrow. We have the snow, could even be some bands of heavier snow at times through the morning hours, and then we'll start to see the snow tapering off between 2 and 4 tomorrow afternoon. Again, our thinking is a lot of the area, if not most of the area, seeing somewhere between 9 and 13 inches of snow. You may get a little less at your house, but not by much. You may get a little more. There could be a couple of spots, especially if we hear thunder during the early morning hours, 4, 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when the dynamics, when the energy part of the system really starts to go hog wild. When that happens, the potential's there for a bit of thunder and lightning. And just like you would have a shower in the summertime, that means the potential's there for a quick downpour of snow or 1 to 2 inches or more within a short period of time. Temperatures are going to stay on the cold side for the next 7 days. Let's find out how those roads are looking right now. We know we've had all kinds of problems across the area. Meteorologist Lance Blocker joins us from the Weather Impact Storm Tracker. I know you've been down south for much of this evening, Lance. What's it looking like out there right now?
Yeah, Chief, we've been over from Illinois. We've been all across the bi-state region here today, tracking the roads, keeping you updated. And I will tell you, the cameras froze. So that is a look outside. The roads are snowy and icy. That's the latest update that we got here. What I will tell you is this. Let's go ahead and tell you a couple things that are going on since it's just us right now and you're not seeing the roads, though it's all snowpack, so just imagine that. The couple of things I want to point out. One, Scott's mentioned here too that this was the first round. We're round 1 right now, moving into round 2 with the heavy snow incoming. We've got about 2 to 4 inches of snow or so on the ground. Jimmy, our photographer here, photojournalist, he went outside and actually measured that for me. What I will say is this: we got another 8 inches on the way, and there are packed areas of snow across the roadways right now. When we add on that 8 inches, where the plows have pushed them that over the side, those are going to become hidden. So one of the things you want to be very careful on tomorrow, and one of the reasons why we're asking people not to be driving, is because this will look more smooth tomorrow morning, and because it's going to have another 6, 7, 8 inches or so of snow new on the ground out here, and you might run into those little drifts from where the plows have come by. It will be hard to navigate. Give this some time, let MoDOT, IDOT get out and clear out some of these roads because they've got a huge task ahead of them tomorrow. The other thing I'm going to bring up is that while conditions are rough here, of course, we've talked about it earlier, other parts of the country are having it worse. We do have official word now that the Waffle Houses in upstate South Carolina have closed, which is a big deal because it actually demonstrates how serious of a situation they have ongoing down there. That is actually part of the on-ground guidelines within FEMA. It's not necessarily a nationwide thing, but whenever you're on the ground in a bad event, one of their guidelines for FEMA is the fact that when local ones close, that's how serious the situation's got. So we're keeping close watch on things here, and we'll get these cameras going so you can actually see the snow, and not just me. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Lance, thanks. St. Louis road crews say they're tackling this winter storm a little differently than they did the last one, and they have ramped up the plowing. So let's check in with Robert Townsend to see how things are looking right now. Robert, for the last several hours, has been at I-64 and Kings Highway. Robert.
Hey, Mike, let me tell you this. It's 10 degrees at this 10 o'clock hour, and we are still seeing lots of snow in this shot, just whipping all around us. It's so cold out here. You can see I had to put on a different hat just to protect my face. Now, I actually have those hand warmers in my gloves, but my fingers are still freezing. Take a look at the interstate. It's almost like a ghost town out here. We're seeing fewer and fewer drivers on the road. The snow is definitely thickened up here on the interstate on both sides of I-64 at Kings Highway. As people are coming up this ramp, you see it is packed with snow. As we pan over and show you Kings Highway in both directions, it's not any better. Drivers are slowly going at a snail's pace, and that's good. We are every now and then seeing a plow crew come through here, but these guys are doing the best they can. But every time they clear out the street, snow whips through here and it's covered again. So hats off to those guys who are definitely gearing up for a long night. But the bottom line is, all across the St. Louis area, we're seeing snow-packed streets, several inches of snow covering these streets. And if you just have to get out tonight, definitely do as these drivers are doing. Take it slow. Give the other driver ahead of you some space, and just be extremely careful. Mike, back to you.
All right, Robert, thanks. We saw a few more cars on I-64 there. The Blues game just let out, and the Blues lost, by the way, in a shootout to the Kings 5-4. It's going to be a long night for road crews in St. Charles County. 5 on your side's Melanie Johnson continues our live team coverage. She's in O'Fallon, Missouri. Melanie.
Mike, we are live in O'Fallon where that snow is falling fast. And you can see this snow has blanketed the roads right now. St. Charles Highway Patrol, they are increasing people and plows until the storm is over.
Stay out of our way, let us do our job.
Snowplow driver Riley Tibbs spotted clearing snow from this gas station near Winghaven Boulevard. Tibbs says he is seeing a lot of action further south in St. Charles County. Our crew on the ground capturing video of Missouri Department of Transportation plowing through Interstate 64. The St. Charles County Highway Department tells me snow removal has been challenging tonight. Highway Superintendent Ted Dunkman says, quote, "We make progress and it soon gets covered up again." The county sending out 50 plows and 70-plus people to tackle its 1,700-mile 36-route snow plan. 12-hour shifts for around-the-clock coverage. Residents stopping by to get last-minute groceries say they can see the difference.
The roads weren't bad at all. Road crews are doing a great job. Drive the speed, under the speed limit a little bit. Brake early. You're good.
They're not bad if they're not drove on, but as soon as anybody drives on them, they get pretty snow-packed and pretty slick.
Now, St. Charles County, they are asking and encouraging drivers not to park on the streets so the plows can get through. Another message tonight from MoDOT: if you are going to be outside, slow down or don't drive at all. Live in O'Fallon, Melanie Johnson, 5 on your side.
And now we want to check on how things are looking in the Metro East. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan. She joins us live from Fairview Heights. She has been out there all day. And how have things changed, Megan?
Well, Mike, we switched spots here off of 64. The wind is just picking up. As you can see, it's really hard to even see, honestly. It hasn't stopped snowing all day. And again, the wind, it has slowed down a bit, but the wind is just picking it right back up and throwing it all over. But from what we can see where we're at off of 64, it's looking pretty decent. Not many people is out driving, and if they are, they're taking it slow. We've seen 2 IDOT trucks drive by in the past 15 minutes. We know that IDOT crews made a shift change a while ago. Plows should have made the rounds since then, and the highway should be looking as good as they were earlier today. Now, we know that IDOT chose not to pre-treat the roads ahead of this storm to avoid creating more ice. They told us earlier that it is working in their favor. They haven't had any major closures or accidents besides the one on the Poplar Street Bridge around 3 o'clock today heading into downtown where multiple semi-trucks crashed. I checked in with IDOT a while ago and they said they are starting to see drifting snow. He said that drivers should anticipate, if you're out there, you should anticipate sudden variations of pavement conditions just because snow continues and the winds are slowly shifting. The St. Clair County EMA director said that things are looking good on their end. And Mike, I really just want to shout out all of these crews that are out here working to clear off the roads. I can only speak to what I've seen on the Illinois side because I drove back to my parents' house in Swansea this morning, but they have been out here nonstop. We've been in Fairview Heights, Swansea, Belleville, O'Fallon, and they are working nonstop to clear up the roads as well as IDOT. So they are doing an awesome job, which is great because we know that we have that next round coming in and these conditions are starting to pick up, especially with the wind blowing everywhere.
And they're going to be working through the night. Megan, thank you. Remember, you can always get the latest weather impact forecast right to your phone. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more of our weather impact alert coverage of this winter blast. Well, the Poplar Street Bridge is back open tonight. The westbound lanes reopened about 2.5 hours ago after being closed for several hours due to a multi-vehicle crash. You can look at these photos that were from police. This is our video, but there was a semi-truck with its tractor trailer sheared off. Officials reporting one of the vehicles was carrying yogurt. This was a little bit further down the road from the Poplar Street Bridge that our Lance Blocker in our storm tracker was able to get some video of. But the one carrying yogurt spilled all across the interstate, and thankfully, no injuries are being reported. A live look now at St. Louis Lambert International Airport, where more than 140 flights have been impacted by tonight's snowy weather. FlightAware reporting that 91 flights were canceled, 86 others were delayed. Most of the flights were either arriving or departing from other airports, and you know, all around the country, people are experiencing the same winter storm that is impacting our region. Right now, Metro Transit is not reporting any major service impacts. That includes Metrolink, Metrobus, and Call-A-Ride. Tomorrow, the Metrolink Blue Line will only operate between the Shrewsbury and Lansdowne I-44 and Forest Park to Bolivar stations. The Red Line will operate as normal. Metro has extended hours to its information line from 8 until 5 tomorrow. That number is 314-231-2345. You can also text 314-207-9786. We have 300 school, church, and business closings already reported into our newsroom. The full list is crawling at the bottom of your screen. We can also send it straight to your phone. Just text the word closings to 314-425-5355. And we'll also send you information on how to register your organization if you want to report some cancellations. All right, let's go back to Scott, who has been here all day trying to help you keep safe.
Yeah, and we're still looking at the scenario playing out where we're getting some of the heavier snow in those bands moving through the metro area right now. So looking out into Chesterfield, the visibility a lot worse than it was before. That's a look over in O'Fallon, Illinois. Now here's your ramp in O'Fallon. Exiting off 64. For much of the day today, we ended up being able to see the pavement on that, but you're not seeing that now. Arnold, and then out at the airport, yes, the snow is really starting to come down once again, and it's at the rate of about a half an inch an hour, maybe a little more, and at times overnight it may be up to an inch or so an hour. We're still in the single digits around the St. Louis area right now, and our anticipation is that those temperatures are holding nearly steady tonight. But look how much dark blue is around the metro. Okay, you don't have to go outside of St. Louis to find some heavier snow. This is a good heavy snow band sliding through right now. Will there be a time where it lets up a little bit? Sure, there's a little batch there back towards St. Clair coming in towards Pacific where it's letting up a little bit, but there's more heavy snow farther to the south, and there's more out to our west as well. So the reality is we're going to see this coming through the overnight hours. You see the darker blues in here. From time to time overnight, the snow does pick up and does get heavier. It's probably more likely to see the heaviest snow south and southeast of St. Louis, maybe not by far out of the metro area. As we head into tomorrow morning, the back edge of this whole system will be sliding in from the west. As it pulls in from the west, it'll basically be looking at winds that pick up behind it, the clouds that start to move out, and with skies clearing tomorrow night and winds being pulled out of the north, we're going below zero for tomorrow night. The snow should be over with by 5 or 6 o'clock. But with those gusty winds going into the evening, that is going to whip the snow around. So phase one, that's already well intact now as we have the cold air across the region. We're staying with sub-zero wind chills right into Monday morning. We've had 1 to 3 inches of snow. Some of us have already had a little more than that. The second wave is coming through the overnight hours into tomorrow. An additional 3 to 8 inches is certainly within the realm, if not a complete likelihood, which usually pushes most of us to 6 inches or more and pushes a lot of us into that 9, 11 range, maybe as much as 12 or 13 inches in some spots. It's going to get to the point where this light, very dry, powdery snow starts blowing around and becomes hard to measure. We also think there may be a little sleet that mixes in down to the southeast that could limit some of those accumulations to a degree as we head into the wee hours tomorrow morning. We do not see the north or south leg of the arch right now, so the visibility's come down in our snow. We're at 9. That is the new high for the day. Through 6 o'clock tonight, we had 0.12 of an inch of liquid, and that equaled about 1.5 inches or so of snow. So it's a higher than usual snow to liquid ratio, which we were anticipating. This is your forecast for tomorrow, hour by hour. Snow in the morning. At times, it may still be heavy through about 11 or 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, but then tomorrow afternoon, it does let up. The winds will pick up. Wind chills all day long are staying below zero. And then we look ahead. For the next 7 days, there's no warm weather ahead, but it's a little warmer on Tuesday when we get back close to freezing, perhaps. And at that point, maybe the roads are in a little better shape because Monday and Tuesday, we do get some sunshine. Monday morning, our low is 3 degrees below zero. Wind chills will range anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe 20, 25 degrees below zero. There's a cold weather advisory for the area going into Monday morning. Don't think there'll be a lot of schools in session for the first day or two of the upcoming week. Corey?
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is now available in Missouri.
Well, hockey players and fans are often thought to be the toughest in sports, so we should have known a little snowstorm wasn't going to stop the Blues from hosting the Kings tonight at Enterprise Center. The fans who braved the snow saw a good one. Jake Neighbors got the boys going with a scrap. Then the Blues broke out in the second period down 2-0. Dalibor Dvorsky's heating up 2-1. Braden Shen, the captain, 2-2. And then Jordan Kyrou on the lightning fast wraparound Blues lead. Kings took the lead back, but with an empty net. Here's Kyrou again on the rebound. We go to overtime, tied at 4. This game eventually went to a shootout where Darcy Kemper stopped Jimmy Snuggerud to end it. A hard-fought battle, but the Kings hand the Blues their 3rd straight loss. Insane hoops ending in Columbia. Looks like Porter Moser's Oklahoma Sooners are going to beat Mizzou up 3 with 5 seconds left, but here comes Trent Pierce from the logo. We go to overtime. and that buzzer beater was just the appetizer. Sooners up 2 in OT, no timeouts. Mark Mitchell for the win. That's good too. A double buzzer beater day for the Tigers and a much needed win over Oklahoma.
Honestly, man, that was just a blessing from God. You dream to have moments like that. It was a back and forth game. I think even if when I made the shot, it's I was okay, what just happened? It was shocking. I'm still in shock. But it's just a testament to our fight. When you keep fighting and keep working, things work out for you sometimes, and that's just what happened.
Illinois and their fabulous freshmen were the story in college basketball today. Yes, the Illini beat number 4 Purdue on the road, but in it, freshman Keaton Wagler scored 46 points. It's the most points ever in a college hoops history on the road against a top 10 team. He hit 9 threes, an Illini single-game record. It's the second most points scored by an Illinois player in a game ever. I know NBA lottery teams love what they saw from the freshman in the huge win, and so did his coach.
I thought Keaton was like nothing I've seen in my 39 years.
I came in here with confidence, knowing that we're a player down, so I need to step up against Purdue. It's super hard to win here, and I just came in here playing confident and just let what happened happens.
That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
We're following breaking news right now in the trial of the man accused of shooting 2 Herman, Missouri police officers. A jury found Kenneth Simpson guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith and guilty of first-degree assault in the shooting of Officer Adam Sullentrump. It happened during a confrontation at a gas station in 2023. The Herman Police Department just posted this on their Facebook page saying justice is served. The death penalty phase of the trial is expected to begin next week. All right, back now to our weather impact alert. A winter wonderland across the bi-state as we give you a live look across the region. And Old Man Winter isn't quite done with us yet. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell has a final look of what we can expect overnight.
And part of this is the really cold air that we're dealing with. Kind of makes it dangerous to even be out there for any amount of time sledding with the kiddos. Now, you see this darker blue through the metro area? That's also moderate to perhaps at times some heavier snow sliding through the metro. We're going to get a little bit of a break here, but there's more on the way through the overnight hours, and we're going to continue to see this as the snow picks up in intensity from time to time overnight. The bulk of our storm is actually coming over the next several hours into early tomorrow morning. We think an additional 3 to 8 inches by midday tomorrow, and then it's just bitterly cold beyond that. A lot of snow blowing around as we head into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and wind chills could be as cold as 20 to 25 degrees below zero Monday morning.
Give me an idea of when this will all end in terms of the snow bands coming through.
I think the snow bands will start winding down between 10 o'clock tomorrow and 2 o'clock. So 10 in the morning to 2, it starts to get a little more scattered.
But you were saying that it still could be difficult on the road.
Oh, it will be.
Our weather impact alert coverage continues overnight on our free streaming app. You can scan the QR code on your screen to download. The Today in St. Louis team will be here tomorrow morning from 5 until 10 to help you navigate this winter storm. We'll also have extended coverage both on air and streaming tomorrow afternoon and evening. And there you have it. 5 on your side at 10, an extended edition. Saturday Night Live is next. Stay warm, stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.